Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, fractal Bitcoin.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, I'm telling you, this is your daily Bitcoin news video. I'm Chris. We talk about Bitcoin. We talk about the collapse of fiat currencies, but really the show is about your future prosperity. Let's get right into the Bitcoin price. Right now, we just crossed over $64,000. Yeah, it's a green day today, and we're right at this $63,000, $64,000 area. And, you know, we have this little high from back at the end of August that our high was 65,050. So once we surpass that high, then the next high we have to surpass is this one, which is 70,000, which we hit back at the end of July. So it's looking good. Everything's looking good. And we are here in the green circle. Right up here, you can see we're sort of consolidating before the big pump. And this is where we've been in the past, just before the big pumps. And yeah, supply shock. Miners aren't keeping up with the demand, and retail and nation states aren't even here yet. The next 18 months are going to be something that's going to melt mines. Yeah, so the demand is going to shoot through the roof. Retail is not even here yet. That's just your average normie person who probably, as of now, does not own any Bitcoin. They're going to come, well, a portion of them are going to come rushing in to buy Bitcoin. And also nation states aren't even here yet, right? What happens when countries start trying to buy up all the Bitcoin? Supply and demand. That's it. And here, Q4 starts in 6 days. And this quarter's performance is very telling for the ride we've had in the past 3 months. Roller coaster ride, ending up in the same place we started. Q4 tends to be very different though. See for yourself. So yeah, you could see this is Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Q3 is, the average is plus 6%. We're currently down 0.88%. But yeah, look at Q4, quarter 4, which is October, November, December. The average is plus 88%. Yeah, so Q4 is going to be awesome. And like it says right here, Q4 starts in 6 days. So we're about to go. And yeah, did you know Bitcoin is growing faster than the internet? Did you know this? It's actually true. It's plotted right here. You could see it. The orange is the Bitcoin and the black is the internet. The internet started in about 1990 and Bitcoin started, well, it says 2014 here. That doesn't make sense. Bitcoin started in 2009, but, you know, anyway. But I guess they're just lining up the graphs to be sort of equal in the beginning stage. And then now Bitcoin has faster adoption than the internet. Gee, it's probably nothing, though. It's probably a fad. Oh, by the way, 42 Congress members wrote to the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, demanding him to allow banks to custody Bitcoin. Yeah, probably nothing. Probably nothing. Yeah, here's how to stop Bitcoin. You can't. I love it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't. You can't. How cool is that? Historically, the Bitcoin bull market always started in October. Yeah, look at this graphic here, and I'll remove myself here. Yeah, you see, this is the last 3 bull markets when we really started going into pump mode. And this is us right now, 2025, and October is here. So this red graph here is what we might expect. That's what might happen. We don't know, but it might. And yeah, long-term Bitcoin holders are aggressively buying, right? Over the past 2 months, long-term holders have accumulated more Bitcoin than in any other period in the last 3 years. Someone knows something. Yeah, this big green here, this big green positive wave structure, whatever it is, this is the long-term holder net position change, which means the long-term holders have been buying Bitcoin because we know what's going to happen. I mean, we know. We don't know for sure, but yeah, we kind of do though. So, all right, well, subscribe to the channel while you're thinking about it, if you'd like to. And let's get into some fiat and government nonsense for context, because Bitcoin solves these issues. First, why is the government running out of money for Social Security, but not running out of money for welfare, illegals, and free tuition. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and here is unrealized losses by U.S. banks. They're 7 times higher than the 2008 financial crisis. This is insane, this graph right here. Look at this. This is the 2007 crisis was right here. That was almost nothing. In 2018, 2019, we went lower than that. And now look at this. This is insane. Yeah. So not good. And Chamath here posts, this is so disheartening. The FAA slow rolls SpaceX's approvals to launch Starship, while the FCC fast tracks the change of control of media partially into foreign hands right before an election. Can't the greatest country in the world do better than this? And what is he referring to? Well, this. George Soros is to control 200 radio stations in 40 U.S. markets. The Democrat-controlled FCC waived the rules that made it illegal for Soros to purchase 200 radio stations in 40 different markets, reaching more than 165 million American listeners. Instead, the FCC is setting its sights on Elon Musk's Starlink, suggesting it may be an illegal monopoly. So yeah, this is what happens when you have these 3-letter agencies of the government, and they're basically controlled by one party or the globalists who are controlling both parties. It's just dumb. This is, again, fiat nonsense. Yeah, and Wall Street Silver says, can we identify as former slaves to get some of this free money? So look, let me get this straight. A state that never allowed slaves, California, is taking money from people who never owned slaves, these people, to give it to people who never were slaves. Yeah, it's retarded. It's retarded. That's all you need to know. I'm here to bring you these messages of, of truth. Yeah, check this out. Harris gets stunning endorsement from group that normally backs Trump. Right? This is an article. It's an article. But guess what? The single most astroturfed presidential campaign in modern U.S. history. The stunning endorsement that normally backs Trump. They are referring to the Police Leaders for Community Safety, which was founded in March of this year. It's a fake group. And then this is how the media reports on it. So just to let you know, the media is also fiat garbage. Yeah, and this I watched earlier today, actually. This is a 12.5-minute video that you really have to watch. This is really good to watch. It's titled Statism, the Most Dangerous Religion, and it's a bunch of excerpts from Larkin Rose giving talks. Very interesting. You want to know about statism and anarchism and morality and everything? This is a great one to watch. Very short, but it really packs a punch. So I'll link to it below as I link to everything below. And Telegram changes its policy to share phone numbers and IP addresses in valid requests. Yeah, they state that they will provide user data, including IP addresses and phone numbers, to law enforcement agencies in response to a valid legal order. So, I mean, look, they got to comply. If you're going to be like an app that collects IP addresses and phone numbers, then of course the government's going to come to you and you have to comply. That's why we have things like Nostr and Simple X, where you don't need any identifying information to get an account, and there's no way to track you. It's all decentralized. So this is the problem with apps like this. But yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, there's a great quote from Professor Richard Feynman. Education is the acquisition of knowledge, while intelligence is the ability to use that knowledge to think and reason. One can be highly educated, but not necessarily intelligent, and vice versa. So yeah, this is what we have in the world today. A bunch of so-called highly educated people, but they are not intelligent and they have zero wisdom. This is all the woke idiots and all the social garbage that's going on now, the degradation of the West. It's all from educated people, but they're really just stupid. They're not intelligent and they have zero wisdom. And by the way, here's Richard Feynman. This is in his early days. He was an amazing physicist. I think he won the Nobel Prize at one point for physics, right? Did you know only 0.27% of the world's population can own one Bitcoin each? You know what that looks like? This is what that looks like. Look at this. This is all the people in the world. And see those two yellow people on the bottom right? That's what percentage of the world can own one Bitcoin each. It's almost nothing. It's almost nothing. So like if you're thinking like, oh God, Bitcoin's so expensive now, even if I buy it, I can only buy, partial Bitcoin. It's okay. It's okay. It's not too late. And here's a quote from, I'm assuming it's from Michael Saylor from this video. Quote, "It's the biggest innovation in money or property rights in the history of the human race. It's like fire or electricity. It's this new monetary protocol which is going to elevate humanity to new levels." Bitcoin. Yeah, so this is, I believe this. It's literally on the level of fire or electricity. It's going to change everything. It's going to change everything. Yeah, Bitcoin is humanity's big break. Oh, I love this. That's why I'm showing you, obviously, frankly.
No way. You crazy?
Oh, I hit the wrong button. No, I'm not crazy. It is humanity's big break, right? You ever think like, oh, like when you're down in the dumps and you're like, I just need a break. Well, humanity needed a break and we got it with Bitcoin. All right, here's plan B. This is going to be very controversial. He writes, just a scenario. Okay, October, which is next month. Classic pump month. Bitcoin to 70K. November, Trump wins election, ends Democrats' war on crypto. Bitcoin 100K. December, massive ETF inflow. Bitcoin 150K by December. And this is speculation, obviously. January, crypto people companies return to the US. Bitcoin to 200K. February, power law crew sells. Bitcoin to 150K. So it went down. Whatever. March, Bitcoin legal tender in Bhutan, Argentina, and Dubai. Bitcoin 300K. Dubai? I don't know. Really? Okay. April, Trump and the U.S. start building strategic Bitcoin reserves. Bitcoin's going to go to 400K. In May of next year, this is all next year, May, other countries, except the EU, join the rat race. Bitcoin to 500K. June, sorry, let me move up a little. Several AI start using Bitcoin to autonomously arbitrage TradFi. Bitcoin to 600K. And July through December, face-melting FOMO, fear of missing out. Bitcoin, all-time high, $1 million. 2026, distribution phase, Bitcoin back to $500,000. And then 2027, bear market, Bitcoin bottoms at 200K. Wow. If this really happens, this will be a wild, wild ride. And I think it could happen. People think $1 million, that's not realistic. Yeah, we don't know what's realistic yet with Bitcoin. When everyone starts FOMOing, how do you know what's realistic at that point? You don't. So is it likely? I don't know. What are the odds? I don't know. But it's possible. All right, now here's a very good research article. It's titled Bitcoin, a Global Liquidity Barometer. And this research piece is on the correlation between measures of liquidity and the price of Bitcoin. Compiled and written by Sam Callahan and commissioned and advised by Lynn Alden. Yeah, I will link to this. You can check it out. This is more of a macro ideas in terms of fiat liquidity and Bitcoin price and all that. So, but I think it just was published today, so that's why I'm telling you. And this is an event happening in El Salvador. It's called Build in El Salvador Retreat. It's a retreat on November 10th to the 14th of this year, 2024. I actually watched a little video about the last one they did. I think maybe even just last week they did one of these in El Salvador, and they made a video and overviewed the whole thing. It looks pretty cool. I think it's $4,500 to attend it, but it's 4 days. It's in a really nice, posh, expensive place, and there's all kinds of activities, and you travel around El Salvador and do little trips to see things, and it looked pretty cool. Yeah, and it's basically El Salvador wants to be the home of Bitcoin, so they're trying to get people to go there and learn what they're doing there and also have a retreat. And it's all about networking, I think, meeting people in the Bitcoin space and all this. So yeah, just want to let you know. And did you know Chevrolet releases California compliant horse and buggy? Yeah. It's 1 horsepower. I don't know why it says 2021. Maybe this meme was originally from 2021, but yeah, it goes from 0 to 30 whenever the horse darn well feels like it. And it has new Carrot Tech fuel technology. Yeah, anyway, I thought this was funny. California, they're just, right? They will not have any gas cars in 2035 or something. Anyway. And the Cybertruck, after 1 week in Chicago. Oh, yeah.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, forget it. This is what happens. That's funny. And did you know, if you glue a dead wasp to your palm, you can smack your boss on the back of the head as hard as you want and act like you saved him. This is genius, right? Imagine just you want to slap someone, you just put slap them. Yeah. Well, this is our website, fractalbitcoin.com. Everything we do is here, including this link at the top says join our locals community. And you'll come over here. You can join for free on locals. It's our little community. We're growing it. It's pretty small. It's pretty quiet, but we're growing it. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Follow if you're on Rumble. And I appreciate all you guys giving me massive support in the comments every day. I really appreciate you guys. You know, some days I've been doing this show now for about 9 months, and I haven't gotten any donations. I haven't earned any money from this show, and I put in quite a bit of work every day. But I'm in this for 2024 and 2025 at minimum, so I'm not going to go anywhere anytime soon. But I just hope at some point, I'm hoping that the content I'm delivering is good and people like it, and then maybe people can support me but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be one huge failure, and then I'll move on to the next era of failure in my life. But at least, thank God, I have some Bitcoin, so that might be the thing that saves me. All right, that's it. Enough about me. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.